What if the greatest fortunes in human history were not born in Europe or Asia, but in Africa long before modern banks, borders, or currencies existed? Beneath the sands, forests, and savannas of Africa rose empires so wealthy and powerful that their gold financed global trade, their knowledge guided scholars, and their rulers altered world history, yet many of their names were nearly erased. The Kingdom of Kush, circa 1070 BCE, 350 CE. Location, Nubia, modern Sudan. Capital, Napata, later Meroe. Notable rulers, Pi, Taharka, Queen Amon-Irenas. Kush controlled the gold mines of Nubia, iron production, and Nile trade routes. In c. 747 BCE, King Pi conquered Egypt, establishing the 25th dynasty of Egypt, ruling as African pharaohs. Kushite kings built pyramids, minted wealth, and defended Africa against Roman expansion. Their prosperity came from gold, iron, and international trade with Rome, Arabia, and India. Key fact: Kush had more pyramids than Egypt. The Axumite Empire, c. 100 c. 940 CE. Location, present-day Ethiopia and Eritrea. Capital, Axum. Notable rulers, King Ezana. Axum was one of the four great powers of the ancient world, alongside Rome, Persia, and China. Its wealth came from controlling Red Sea trade routes connecting Africa to the Mediterranean and Asia. In c. 330 CE, King Ezana adopted Christianity, making Axum one of the first Christian empires in the world. Axum minted its own gold coins, a symbol of economic dominance and global recognition. Key fact: Axumite coins have been found as far away as India. The Ghana Empire, c. 300 to 1200 CE. Location, modern Mali and Mauritania. Capital, Kumbi Sala. Notable rulers, Tunka Mainan. Known as the Land of Gold, Ghana controlled trans-Saharan trade routes linking West Africa to North Africa and the Middle East. Gold flowed north, salt flowed south. By the 11th century, Ghana's rulers were so wealthy that dogs wore gold collars and horses were draped in silk. Taxes on trade made the king one of the richest men of his time. Key fact: the empire was named Ghana, meaning war king, not after the modern country. The Mali Empire, circa 1235-1600 CE. Location, West Africa. Capital, Niani. Notable rulers, Sundiata Keita, Mansa Musa. Mali reached its peak under Mansa Musa, r. 1312 to 1337. In 1324, his pilgrimage to Mecca introduced Africa's wealth to the world when his gold spending caused inflation in Cairo. Mali controlled over half of the world's gold supply. Cities like Timbuktu became centers of learning, housing libraries, universities, and scholars centuries ahead of Europe. Key fact: Mansa Musa is widely considered the richest individual in recorded history. The Songhai Empire, circa 1464-1591 CE. Location, West Africa. Capital, Gao. Notable rulers, Sunni Ali Askia Muhammad. Songhai became the largest empire in African history. Under Askia Muhammad, r. 1493-1528, the empire reformed taxation, expanded education, and strengthened Islamic scholarship. Trade in gold, salt, and books made Timbuktu one of the world's richest intellectual centers. Key fact: Timbuktu's scholars influenced law, science, and philosophy across Africa and beyond. Great Zimbabwe, circa 1100-1450 CE. Location, Southern Africa, modern Zimbabwe. Notable rulers, unknown, Shona elites. Great Zimbabwe was a powerful stone-built city that controlled gold trade with China and the Middle East via the Indian Ocean. Its massive walls, built without mortar, still stand as proof of advanced engineering. Chinese porcelain and Persian goods found at the site confirm its global trade reach. Key fact: the city's name means Great Stone House. Africa was a global economic powerhouse long before colonization. Gold, salt, iron, and knowledge were Africa's currencies of power. African rulers shaped religion, trade, education, and diplomacy worldwide. Yet here is the question history still struggles to answer. If these empires had not been disrupted, invaded, or erased from global narratives, would today's world map look completely different? Because beneath Africa's soil and forgotten manuscripts lies a truth still unfolding. The greatest wealth the world has ever known may not be lost. It may only be waiting to be remembered. To watch the full video, click the link on our bio, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more interesting hidden historical fact.